Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. Today we are going to look at the second project building phase, that is building web scrapper from scratch. So what is a web scrapper? So web scrapper is a tool that stores and collect data from the website. So how does web scrapper work? Basically, if we look onto the architecture diagram of web scrapper, so it's a tool that goes to given website, it goes on to the raw format of the website, and a raw format of website is in HTML tag, HTML code. So HTML something something, here might be some paragraph tag, here might could be some heading tag, and all those tags might be there in HTML code, and it scraps whole data and the content out of it and stored into the given format. The format could be up to us in which format we want. If we want in SQL, if we want into CSV, if we want in Excel, it's up to us. We just need to define which format we need to save onto. So it could stores all the information that we need. Cool. So if we look onto the real form, like how does it looks like? So now let us look at Medium, that how it works. So here is a Medium website, and now here is lot of posts, lot of tags, and now if you look onto the HTML side of the code, and we search this tag, assuming that the resume, and here we could see that this content is inside the h2 tag, that is header tag, inside the header tag. So if we need to scrap this whole website, we just need if we just need to scrap this statement, we just need to scrap this header 2 tag, and this content will be scrapped from this website. Cool. Now we know how does this web scrapper works. We need to know what are the usage of web scrapper. So web scrapper are used in LLM. So the content that it needs, it's scrapped from the internet. So basically in LLM they scrap the whole internet. So you could imagine how much compute power they required, and how much training resources that they require. That they scrap whole internet because they require a lot of data, and they horizontally automate the scale this web scrapper into large amount, and they scrap whole internet, and then they feed in this into LLMs. And once these data are fed into LLMs, these are trained and these are now able to respond to your query. Next, LLM are used in retail commerce, right? So if we need any product or any item that we need, so what they do is, like, they scrap whole internet. Sorry, they scrap the whole retail commerce from the data, and they scrap the price, they scrap the product reviews, and they provide you insights. Okay, this website have this product cost, and it is costing this much. Other usage could be in trading market. So how they do is, like, they scrap the whole market price of a particular stock, and if you are having some trading algorithm that you have created and you need to test if it works or not, they back test on those data. So the usage of web scrapper is totally endless, and now we will see how the web scrapper works. Now let us look at how to build web scrapper from scratch. So basically, to build a web scrapper from scratch, we need a library that is Beautiful Soup. In Python, there is a tool that is Beautiful Soup that what it does, it scraps the HTML and XML side of a code, and based on that, we could get all the data inside it. So if we look onto the documentation of Beautiful Soup, uh, and we go into the Beautiful documentation. So here's the Beautiful Soup documentation, and before using any library, remember once just go and have a go through of the documentation, look at the method they are using, they provide, and you could use. It gives you an overview like what you could use into this, and uh, it's a better coding technique instead of diving directly into the usage. So always go once look out to the documentation first and then try to code it out. So here's the beautiful SOAP documentation that we are going to use, and it's a Python library. As you can see, it's used for pulling data out of HTML and XML files. What is XML files? It's also used to render front-end code in XML format, and with using Python you could also extract those files also. So it works with any of your favorite parser. That what is a parser that is used to convert one file from to the another. So now let us look at some method of beautiful soup documentation. So here you could see that here we have defined some HTML code here, and now we're gonna parse it and get the content out of it. So for how to define the beautiful soup library. So we define by from beautiful soup import beautiful soup, and then we create an object for beautiful soup, and we pass the HTML code, and we call the HTML parser to parse it and get the data out of it. So first we call the method prettify. What does prettify method does? It just make into much more readable format. So now let us look at some methods to call uh, onto the HTML code. So first we could call title. The title will go to the HTML code and see for the title tags, and here we have the title. We could also have name tag to get the title name. So here it's title, and if you want to get the string out of HTML tag, we could just type the data type that we need, and we will get the string out of this. So if we need want to get the integer, we could type in dot integer. If we want string type, we could get the string format. So what if we need the parent is inside into it? So we could call the parent name, and that will return which inside it. So if you look onto this, it's inside a head tag, so it's returning the head element out of this. What if we need which class it's in? So we pass the class and we get the title out of this input. And similarly, if we want to find all the link tag, we just pass find all the links, and it will find all the links and return all the links. And if we want to find any particular link, we just need to find give the ID, find ID, and it will return the ID related with the. So if we look onto this, you could see here that ID we were fetching was link 3, and we have link 3 ID. Now let us look onto the some common mode task into this. So if we want to extract all URLs found within a page having anchor tag, so we just create a for loop that find all and which have anchor tag and print it, so we get all the links inside it. We could also get the text, just call the get text method, and we get all our text method here. So I think from this we got an idea how beautiful soup works. Now we will create our web scraper and scrap the any website that we need to scrap, and we will see how this works. So it's now a coding time, and let's now move on to the coding section. So now it's coding time. So we have already created a file that is webscraper.py, and now we will code on to this. So before we move on to the coding section, we need to install those libraries. So import, so to install any library, we need to call pip install the library you want to install. So we need to install beautiful soup. So to install it, we call pip install beautiful soup 4. Hopefully this package is correct. Yep, I have already installed it. Next, we need to install pandas. Why? Because we need to convert or the data we have collected into CSV. So we need to conversion to CSV. We will be using pandas. So pip install pandas. Already I have installed, so it won't take time. And then we need to install request, but it's already predefined library that comes with Python, so we don't need to install that. So now let's look what we are going to web scrap. So here, if we look onto this website, we are going to scrap this article. This article was written by me. So we are going to look how we could scrap this website. So basically, if we look onto the HTML code side of it and we search introduction, like if you need to scrap introduction for this, we could uh, get onto the tag that it is under paragraph tag, and it's inside strong class, and inside it we got the content. So we just need to scrap the paragraph tag from the article and get the content out of it. So we are going to scrap whole website and we going to get the content out of it. So as we remember, we need to call the paragraph tag and get the content. So first we import those library, import request, then we call from BS4, that is our beautiful soup 4, we import beautiful soup, then we need pandas, import pandas as PD, if you remember. Now we define our URL that we are going to scrap the website. So we just need to declare a variable URL that we need to scrap the website. So here's the article link that we are going to scrap, and now we we uh, we first make a get request to that and get the HTML call, HTML content out of it. So first, to make a HTML call, we need request library to make those call. So if we define a response, and that is we first make a request to get the get request to get the content of URL, and if the response is 200, that is means response status code is 200, that means the call is successful because it's been have been the successful call is 200. Any success call is on the 200 series, or any other call that is like 500, all those are error codes, so that means your request have not been successful. So we, if the response code is successful, we get the content. So to parse it out, we call soup is equal to beautiful soup object. We call the beautiful soup object, and we uh, send the response dot content, and we tell them that it is HTML dot parser method usage. And now let's see. Let us prettify this. Like what will get to? So we call print soup dot prettify. Now let us see what would be the content we get. So we clear all the console and we call our web scraper Python. So here response has no attribute status. So now let us debug this. The correct method is status dash code. So I have uh, added a dot which was incorrect. So now let us clear and then recall those. And here you could see all the content you get. And basically from this content there is all one paragraph tag we need to call. So here you could see all those content that we have got. We don't need this, we just need the paragraph tag from inside all of it. Cool. So we will remove this and we just need all the paragraph tag inside from it. Now we will call paragraph, declare a paragraph variable that we want to get the content from. So we call soup dot find all method and get pass the paragraph tag inside it. So paragraph tag. So it's going to call the uh, call call all the paragraph inside the HTML content. So if we print debug this, what we will get, you will get an idea like what will be print. We first clear the console and print this, and here you could see all the paragraph we are getting it. So in this, we just need the content out of it. So we just need the content out of it. So to get the content out of it, we just need to call get text. And since we have a lot of paragraphs, so we need to loop each loop inside it. So here is a complex code. You might need to pay attention to it. Okay. Okay. So there is a typo here. We just remove it, and then we call paragraph text, which we go and we create a for loop for, we call p dot get text for p in all the paragraphs. So we paragraphs. So now we are getting all the paragraph text inside those, and now we have get all the content inside the paragraph text. So if we print it again, like need to check what are the content inside it, so it will be much more clear. So we can clear the console inside it, and we, so here you could see all the paragraph terms inside it. Now we got all the paragraph inside it. We need to convert, store this data into a CSV file. So we create a object, like object data dictionary that stores the URL that we have passed that content form, and then the content that contains all the paragraph tag. So now we declare a very data dictionary object that stores all the content and the URL, and then we will convert into a CSV format. So we call URL, and which is, okay, URL, that is an empty array, and then we define a content, and then it's also a empty object. Now we need to append those data dictionary. Data dictionary, we call URL is equal to, or the URL that we have defined above, it's that URL, and then content for the data dictionary would be the paragraph text. So content is equal to paragraph text. So here is the object, we have passed all the content inside it, and now we need to convert this data frame into CSV. So to do this, we need a pandas library. So we'll define data frame. We first convert into a data frame. To convert anything into data frame, we need to call data frame method and need to pass the content into it. So we call data dictionary object that will be converted into data frame. Now we call df.csv. It's very popular method and will be using much more in data science course. I had to convert all the data frame or results into a CSV format. So data2 underscore CSV, and then we name this, we need to provide the name of the file, so we name it medium articles, and then we pass the index as false. We don't need to index those. Index is equal to false. Now it's done. Now we need to, okay, now we need to print success message, successfully converted, If now we need to look also for the else statement. Okay, now if the response code was not 200, then it might be a failure. So we need to tell the user print not able to get the URL. So here is our web scraper completed from scratch. Now we need to check run our code. So hopefully it should run, and let's see if it's have some bug. Okay. So it's mentioning you forgot comma. Yes, we forgot comma. Here is a typo. Now let's fix those typos. Okay. Now we run the console again, and here is mentioning name PD is not defined. Do you name as P? So here we have a typo. We need to name it as PD and clear on console. Remove this print text, it's unnecessary. So, and let's run the code. Name import PD is no module name. Okay, sorry. So it's needs to be like pandas as PD. Hopefully now everything is working. Okay, so here is one more typo, that is it's data frame. Now it should be running. So now let us run it. Successfully converted. Now let us see the article. Here we get a lot of URLs. So now here we could see there is a lot of URLs and content out of this. So how we could fix this? So one method is to get the URL and append it directly to it. So it won't create another URL. So for if it's already there, it won't be an issue. So we append the URL and then we append the content for also. So now fix it. Clear our console and run it. Successfully converted medium article. There's a typo, we need to add CSV, and this should be okay. So now let us check our code. We run the code. Here we get the medium article is running, and we get all the content out of. So now let us test it with another article. So let us go to another article of mine. Now let us go for like AutoCAD summer of GSOC, and let's tag to web scrap it. So here we paste the URL. Now we run the clear the console and run the code, and here we have all the successful paragraph tag inside it. So now you could imagine how this could be used in LLMs. You just need to automate this and run into every URL on there and on those website in the internet. You just need to run scrap whole internet and just need to fed into the LLM. And you could imagine how much resource it would require to run this web scrapper for the whole to scrap whole internet just to get all the content. So you know could imagine how much resources we are needing. That's why we there is a lot of demand of compute power in recent times to scrap the whole internet just to feed the LLM. So with this, I hope you like this project, and with this we could move on to the next section.